In the year 2147, humanity's ambitions stretch into the cosmos, with starships piercing the voids between galaxies. On Earth, sleek spaceports bristle with activity as explorers prepare for their celestial voyages. Yet amid this forward-looking gaze, the Earth's oceans remain whispers of mystery. Below the restless surface, the deep holds secrets in its cold, dark embrace, unexplored and misunderstood. Away from the bustling cities and their skyward ambitions, the vast ocean unfolds. Here the water is a different kind of infinity, a mirror to the heavens but cloaked in shadow rather than starlight. While humans reach outward, they forget the worlds beneath the waves, worlds as alien and uncharted as any distant planet. Deep within these depths, far beyond where sunlight dares to penetrate, lies an ancient kingdom ruled not by humans, but by a being of the sea. Her name is Nerissa. She is a queen, not of land and air, but of water and depth. Nerissa is a figure of elegance and power, her skin shimmering with the hues of the deep blue sea, her eyes reflecting the calm and the storm of the ocean. Her kingdom is a spectacular vista of underwater mountains and valleys, teeming with vibrant marine life. Corals of every conceivable shape and color bloom like underwater gardens. Schools of fish weave through these living sculptures, their scales glinting like tiny shards of glass. But Nerissa's realm is not just a place of beauty, it is a domain of duty. As the guardian of the ocean, she wields powers that are both wondrous and formidable. These were bestowed upon her by her interstellar origins, marking her as a protector. Each day she patrols her watery domain, ensuring that the delicate balance of her underwater world remains undisturbed. Above her, the humans remain oblivious to her existence. They scan the skies for alien life, unaware that beneath their boats and beyond their beaches lies a world as complex and mystical as any they hope to find in the galaxy. But the ocean keeps its secrets well. Nerissa, the queen of these depths, watches both her world and theirs, a silent guardian of the blue frontier. Chapter 2. Guardian of the Depths. Nerissa's day begins as the first faint glimmers of dawn touch the highest waves above, though no light reaches her deep-sea realm. Here, in the perpetual twilight of the ocean's heart, she governs with a steady hand and a watchful eye. Her subjects are not people, but the myriad creatures of the sea, from the tiniest plankton to the majestic whales that glide through the water like living islands. Her kingdom is vast, stretching across hidden underwater canyons and echoing abysses where no human has ever ventured. With her unique abilities, Nerissa senses disturbances in the water, communicates with the marine life, and manipulates currents to maintain harmony. These powers come from her mysterious interstellar origins, gifts that make her not only a queen, but a guardian. Each morning, Nerissa swims through her domain, her movements graceful and fluid. Her blue skin blends with the water, making her seem as much a part of the ocean as the coral and the kelp. As she passes, curious dolphins dance around her, their clicks and whistles a morning greeting, while schools of fish part before her like shimmering curtains. But today, Nerissa senses a subtle change, a shift in the currents, a tension in the water that's almost imperceptible yet unsettling. She follows these sensations to their source, navigating through layers of cold, dark water until she reaches the coral labyrinths, a complex network of coral formations known for its biodiversity. Here she finds the first sign of trouble. A group of anglerfish, usually solitary creatures, have gathered unnaturally, their eerie lights flickering in the dark. Nerissa approaches them cautiously, using her powers to soothe their agitation. As she calms one, it drifts away, its luminescent lure dimming, but the peace is short-lived. Suddenly, a swift current sweeps through the labyrinths, stronger and colder than usual. Nerissa steadies herself against the rush, her senses alert. This is no natural occurrence. Something powerful and dark is at play. Her responsibility weighs heavily on her, as she realizes that this might be a sign of the ancient threats she'd heard whispered by the oldest creatures of the deep. Determined to protect her realm, Nerissa decides to investigate further. She knows the balance of her underwater world depends on her actions now more than ever. With a resolute flick of her tail, she sets off deeper into the ocean, towards the mysterious and foreboding midnight zones, where even the bravest sea creatures dare not venture. Here, in the darkest depths, her quest to understand and confront this new menace begins. Chapter 3: Awakening of the Ancient Evil. The evil that Nerissa once contained is an ancient, formidable force, a creature from the deep shadows of the ocean's forgotten past. Years ago, using her inherited interstellar powers and the wisdom passed down through generations of her people, Nerissa managed to imprison this dark entity in a deep-sea fissure, sealed by both magical and physical barriers. This creature, known only in whispers among the oldest ocean dwellers, had wreaked havoc across the sea, threatening the delicate balance of marine life with its corrupting influence. Nerissa's imprisonment of the creature was a monumental task, achieved through a convergence of her powerful abilities, ancient rituals, and the natural geothermal energies found in the deepest parts of the ocean. The seal she created was meant to last an eternity. However, unknown forces, possibly related to human activities like deep-sea drilling or natural shifts in the ocean's tectonic plates, have weakened the barriers. Recently, the creature has broken free, its release heralded by strange currents and unexplained disturbances throughout the ocean. As it reawakens, it begins to reclaim its influence, spreading a dark mist that corrupts marine life, turning peaceful sea creatures into aggressive beings and disrupting the ecosystem's harmony. The ocean, once vibrant and teeming with life, now faces areas of darkness where no life can thrive, showing the extensive damage and chaos caused by this evil's resurgence. Nerissa, recognizing the signs of its return, understands the increased danger it poses not just to her realm but to all oceanic life. This reawakening forces her to confront the ancient evil once more, this time potentially seeking the aid of humanity to reinforce the failing seals and restore peace to the depths. Chapter 4: Clash in the Coral Canyons. As Nerissa ascends from the dark abyss, her mind is burdened with the knowledge of the ancient evil's reawakening. She swims swiftly towards the coral canyons, a place of vibrant life and color, which now holds the first signs of corruption spreading through her realm. The once bright corals begin to dim, their colors muted under a sinister shadow that creeps across the seabed. The coral canyons, a maze of intricate coral formations and bustling marine life, are vital to the ocean's ecosystem. As Nerissa approaches, she notices the usually vibrant fish darting about in panic, their patterns of movement erratic. The seaweed sways listlessly in the currents, its usual glow dimmed. An ominous silence hangs over the canyon, broken only by the occasional distressed calls of marine creatures. Among the coral, a group of sea turtles, wise and ancient, float unnaturally still. Nerissa approaches them with a gentle current, using her powers to reach out to their ancient minds. They share visions of dark clouds billowing from the deep, infecting the waters with a cold, choking mist. Their memories are tinged with fear, a stark contrast to the usual serene wisdom they possess. Drawing from the sea turtle's insights, Nerissa senses the depth of the threat. The evil spreads not just through brute force, but through a corruption of the water itself, turning the life-giving essence of the ocean into a weapon against its inhabitants. This malevolent presence seeks to unravel the fabric of marine life, turning allies into enemies and order into chaos. Resolved to confront this growing darkness, Nerissa calls upon her powers to cleanse a small area of the canyon. She channels her energy through the water, her blue skin glowing with an intense light. The light spreads, weaving through the water like threads of purity, pushing back against the dark mist. For a moment, the natural colors of the coral canyons return, a stark boundary drawn between the cleansed waters and the still corrupted areas. However, the effort exhausts her. revealing the immense energy required to combat this evil. Nerissa realizes that this piecemeal cleansing is not sustainable. She needs a stronger, more permanent solution to seal away the darkness once more. With a heavy heart, Nerissa leaves the temporarily brightened coral canyons to seek help. She knows that to save her kingdom, she must venture beyond the ocean's bounds and seek allies among those who dwell above the waves. The fate of her underwater world might now depend on the cooperation between her people and humanity. As she swims towards the surface, the contrast between the light-infused waters behind her and the spreading gloom ahead serves as a stark reminder of the daunting task she faces. The battle to save her realm has begun anew, and this time, the stakes are higher than ever. Chapter 5. The Surface Beckons. Rising from the deep, Nerissa approaches the surface world with a mix of determination and trepidation. The boundary between her aquatic realm and the human domain is marked not just by the shift from water to air, but by a profound cultural and existential divide. Above, the ocean swells under the late afternoon sun, its surface mirroring the sky, a stark contrast to the shadowed depths from which she has emerged. As Nerissa nears the surface, the sound of human activity becomes evident. The rhythmic hum of boat engines, the distant shouts of mariners, and the periodic clang of metal against metal provide a backdrop to her mission. It's here, on the fringes of human exploration, that she must seek help. Her appearance, so natural and regal in the depths, is alien here, and she must tread carefully. She chooses a secluded spot near a cluster of small islands, popular among marine researchers for their biodiversity. Nerissa uses her powers to gently influence the currents, guiding a research boat towards her. As the boat approaches, she manipulates the water, creating a serene pattern that captivates the human observers. Her blue skin glimmers through the waves, a spectral yet beautiful sight designed to intrigue rather than alarm. On board the boat, Dr. Alisa Moa, a marine biologist, is the first to spot Nerissa. The sight of such a mysterious figure through the rolling waves strikes a chord of both awe and scientific curiosity in Alisa. With cautious excitement, she instructs her crew to slow the boat, allowing Nerissa to approach. The initial moments are tense. Humans and a creature of the deep, meeting as representatives of their respective worlds. Nerissa surfaces, the water cascading off her like liquid sapphires. Her voice, when she speaks, carries the melodic tones of the ocean, soft yet resonant. She tells Alisa of the danger looming in the depths, the ancient evil reawakened, corrupting her home and threatening to spill over into the human world. Her tale is fantastical, yet the earnestness in her eyes and the corroborating signs of environmental distress lend her credibility. Alisa, driven by a lifelong commitment to the ocean and its mysteries, senses the truth in Nerissa's words. She agrees to help, realizing the potential consequences of inaction, not just for the ocean, but for humanity itself. The two forge an alliance, one born of necessity and mutual respect for their connected yet distinct worlds. The chapter closes as Nerissa and Alisa, along with a small team of scientists and technologists, begin to plan their response. They combine their knowledge of science and magic, technology and nature, to address the threat. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the ocean, a new chapter in human-alien cooperation begins, marked by a shared resolve to heal the wounded sea.